It is very painful to know that about 236 students are still under captivity in the hands of these bandits and terrorists. Well, let's take a watch at this video of one of the victims that was recently released as he narrates his ordeal and what happened while he was under captivity. And then we move and join Arise TV to see what's trending and people's reactions concerning their release.
It was just a sudden act, suddenly, and a terrifying act. Because that evening, after like 30 minutes to the program, we started the program by, I think, around 5. So like 30 minutes to the program, after all the praises, we just heard gunshot. Even to my own perspective, I didn't know it was gunshot. I think it was just sparkling of some wire. But by the time we get, they surrounded the whole church. Even some people, they begin to narrate that they are seeing drop of blood everywhere.
Now, from that Tuesday to today, when you are released, what is the situation right there inside the bush?
It was unimaginable, because when we got there, we really know that it was a dominated area by these evil people called bandits. Even they have the courage to tell themselves that we are bandits, and they make us to know that there's no one that can just slip away without being caught. And with what we see, nobody can escape. From that place they have dominated. They've knew all the routes surrounding all those bushes within Kwara and other.
8 worshippers in Eruku town, Ekiti local government area of the state, who were recently abducted, have regained their freedom. Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak announced their release on Sunday, crediting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's hands-on approach for securing their freedom. The governor thanked the Office of the National Security Advisor, the Department of State Services, the Nigerian Army, Nigeria Intelligence Agency, and the Nigeria Police, which deployed 4 new tactical teams to Kwara State on presidential directive to secure their release. Well, here is the moment the victims regained their freedom. Such good news. This is the kind of swift action Nigerians want to see from their leaders. Well, President Tinubu, in a post on X on Sunday, reiterated his commitment to securing the nation and also revealed that 51 out of the missing students of the Catholic school in Niger State have been recovered. His post reads, "My fellow Nigerians, you will recall that I cancelled my trip to the G20 summit in South Africa to enable me coordinate the security efforts at home. Thanks to the efforts of our security forces over the last few days, all the 38 worshippers abducted in Eruku, Kwara State, have been rescued. I am equally happy that 51 out of the missing students of the Catholic school in Niger State have been recovered. I am closely monitoring the security situation nationwide and receiving continuous updates from the front line. Let me be clear, I will not relent. Every Nigerian in every state has the right to safety, and under my watch, we will secure this nation and protect our people." Well, reactions have trailed, and I'll take one from our favorite doctor who wrote, 51 students recovered, 38 worshippers rescued, yet no arrest. Not one terrorist arrested, not one terrorist killed, not one terrorist prosecuted. Just a declaration of magical rescue and recovery of kidnapped humans from the hands of terrorists. That's all you need to know, that this government just pays money to terrorists to reduce its international shame and disgrace. A truly serious government will be making arrests, parading criminals, charging terrorists to court, and showing it is serious in the fight against insecurity. Vimba, I believe I heard you also mention this during the headline where you're asking, what happened? How come we're seeing these people being released, no arrests? That's what we've always been asking for. Meanwhile, a video making the rounds on social media showed the moment terrorists who allegedly orchestrated the kidnap of students dared security forces to rescue the victims from their den. In the video, one of the terrorists could be heard saying, "I greet you all, My fellow Muslims, I heard you are protesting. What is the protest for? Is it because of the students that were kidnapped? Since you know where they are, you can come get them. This is the level of brazen confidence that these criminals, show every time we see these sort of videos on TikTok, on social media. It shows that they have absolutely no fear of consequences and are openly mocking both the authorities and concerned citizens. Meanwhile, the Christian Association of Nigeria in Niger State confirmed that 50 pupils abducted from St. Mary's Private Catholic Primary and Secondary School escaped from captivity and returned home themselves. CAN stated that the school has 430 pupils, with 141 pupils not taken during the attack. However, 236 pupils, 3 staff children, 14 secondary school students, and 12 members of staff remain in captivity, bringing the total number still held by the abductors to 253 people. 253 people still in captivity at this moment. First of all, kudos to the rescue efforts. Yes. Our Kwara people are home. I mean, you saw that video with the elderly woman who, yes, Dr. Abati, during, when we first played that video, you said, look, you were shocked. A lot of people were shocked to see that even the elderly gets kidnapped in our country.
Wow. So all of it is just the brazenness and the audacity of the criminals in such a way that we now have to spend time almost appealing to bandits to release the people that have held in captivity without a show of force from the government. So on one hand, I'm glad you started off with the good news of the fact that, okay, this is what they have done. Since we've spoken, the 38 all parishioners in Ekuru have been released. We see the rejoicing right there. But when we talk about the 51 students, the language is different. In some instances, they said that they were rescued. Others say that they escaped. Some people say that, but the CAN has come out to say that they came out by themselves. They escaped. Yes. The 51 students came out by themselves. So we cannot attribute that to efforts by security agencies because we still have 253 people still in captivity. There are a number of issues around this, and that's why I asked earlier on that around safety. If we don't have arrests or we see a show of force whereby these bandits and criminals are apprehended and they face the full of the wrath of the law, it will just be a case of where next and when next.
Correct.
It means that we haven't yet dealt with the problems. We're just dealing with surface issues. And then we're releasing, headlines that would make people happy. But the real issue around the people behind it, whether those who are the ones abducting or the people financing the bandits, we have not seen any action done to them. Until we have that, yes, OG, we cannot celebrate completely. Beyond the release of these 253 people, until we have the fact that these criminal bandits or whatever the chain of command is arrested, unfortunately, we're not yet anywhere close to finding, peace when it comes to insecurity issues in Nigeria. And that's the call for the president this morning. We had Dr. Fagbemi earlier on dimension the extent of the problems, and even talking about how, unfortunately, the response is not anywhere near enough. The cosmetic response, as he describes it, is not what Nigerians are looking for. We want solutions. We don't want to be thinking of the next place where they're going to attack or have parents withdrawing their children from school. If that happens, it means they have won. It means insecurity has won. It means terrorism has won. It means banditry has won. And this government has not been able to secure the lives and properties of Nigeria. To end this, I'll just say, bring back home all 253, but beyond that, can we have arrests? Can we have convictions? Can we have people identify those who are behind these atrocities? That's what we want.
Perfect.
So this is exactly what we are talking about. And this is why people are taking this thing as political manipulation. People are seeing it as being manipulated by, the politicians. Now, but how can you tell me that this amount of persons were rescued from the hand of the captivators and no one, not even a single arrest? Nobody was arrested, no prosecution, nobody was nothing. There was no any incident of gunfire. There was no any incident of an outburst between the bandit and the security men. There was nothing. So we are just on a very, very long thing in this country. And this is why people keep seeing it as that the government, they are not serious, that the government are, playing politics with the life of its citizens. And we don't know when this is going to end. And because the more we keep quiet, the more it escalates. The more we keep quiet, the more it infiltrates to every sector of in Nigeria. And then the people are not finding it funny. What should we talk about? Look at the economic situation in the country. People are talking about the economy, and then this again, the high level of insecurity. People are scared of stepping outside their homes. People are scared of going outside, activities. Now sending their words to school again in this country is becoming like a threat. Seriously speaking, the government need to come off this politics that they are playing with the life of its citizen. It's really not okay. There should be an accountability. They should start telling us what we need to know. They should start giving us the informations that we need to hear and we need to know about what is going on in this country, because we can't continue like this anymore. Imagine how many persons now, many has been rescued for within 1 week. A lot has really happened, and yet there is nobody has been prosecuted, nobody has been arrested, nobody has been sentenced, nobody. And this is why people are beginning to say that the arrest and the prosecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is illegal. It is not supposed to be. It's political, and it is marginalization. It is barbaric. It is not accepted, because he is an Igbo man. People are beginning to see it, as a kind of some rules that apply to some certain persons, and it does not apply to some certain persons. Now, if what is going on in the north were to be happening in the southeast or in the southwest, I believe that the military officers would have been dancing python dance or lizard dance, whichever dance they are dancing, or crocodile something, that they are, whatever dance they are doing there should be happening within that region, where we are supposed to see them dancing this crocodile dance and python dance. They are not doing that. People are beginning to ask a lot of questions, and they are not taking it funny anymore. So there should be accountability. This was not what Tinubu promised when he was coming into office. He promised the people that this issue of insecurity, in less than 1 week, it will be cleared off. And now it's over 2 years, and it's worsening. Crippling the economy, crippling the system, causing mayhems in the society. We don't know what is happening again. 2027 is by the corner, and I know that they will certainly come out again to campaign.